be more cool than other
Obviously, it's
shows.
early in the morning while we're recording. But welcome. I'm Bridget.
I'm Lauren.
You're listening to Gateway Anime Podcast at 9 a.m., which is not our I can't even find the words. It's not our fun time.
It is not our fun time, but we can make it our fun time.
No.
You can make any time a fun time, kids.
Well, let's not make this one the regular fun time.
Okay. Yeah, no, not
Yeah,
my
good.
favorite fun time for sure.
Do you like my headband? I got new running headbands for my big old noggin.
I do. Is it from Loki?
Yeah, it's Miss
It,
Minutes.
I at first I thought it was the movie thing, the let's all go to the lobby,
Yeah, no.
but it's yeah. And then I
Miss
was like, no, there's not a waffle in the movie.
Waffle.
It kind of looks like a waffle on my screen, but I know that it's Miss Minutes because I've watched Loki. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I got this one. I got one that looks like those 80s, 90s cups, the like teal and purple squiggles.
Oh yeah.
And then I got Mr. DNA one from Jurassic Park. It says bingo, Dino DNA, and it's got him all over it.
I
And
think
then
Mr. DNA and Miss Minutes are a really cute couple.
yeah, see. And then I'm a sucker for little mascots, apparently. I got a Ted Lasso one, and it just has the believe on it. And then I got a Karate Kid one, not a Cobra Kai one that's a Karate Kid one, because I have a Cobra Kai shirt, so I gotta balance it. And then one last one. What did I get? Oh, a Black Widow one.
My friend Daniel has recently fallen in love with soccer and he has Ted Lasso's like exact accent. And I've asked him, I'm like, hey, have you started watching Ted Lasso? Because
You really need
he
to.
also just is Ted Lasso. Like he's legitimately
Oh,
the nicest person I have ever met in my life.
that show is so
And
good.
he's just so sweet and so funny. And he is Ted Lasso and he has not watched Ted Lasso. He hadn't even heard of it when I was like, have you watched Ted Lasso? He's
I
like,
haven't even
oh wait, he'd
heard
heard of
of
it
it.
because someone had asked him, but he had like nothing, he didn't know anything about it. But someone else was like, have you watched it? And he's like, what's that? And I was like, Daniel, you
He
have
needs
to
to
watch Ted Lasso.
he
You
needs to
are
watch it and
Ted.
then go as that for Halloween and do the Running Man, the Jason Sudeikis Running Man.
He could. He
Grow
could.
out a good old mustache.
He's like tiny Ted Lasso. He has a mustache right now, and I lost it. It's lost. I cannot
What could
find
be
it
his life?
again.
He could be like fully marketing this. Is there something on my face?
I don't know. Is there something on your face?
Well, other than a zit, was something on there. My face like broke out. It's probably because I haven't been able to wash it because I don't have
Uh,
running water.
Bridget survived a tornado last night, everybody. Tornado in Texas. Super
And a
fun.
flood. You can see all the flood marks in the yard. And I was like, this is cool.
She's also
Texas
home alone.
sucks. Yeah. Home Alone, tornado. My dad was really sweet. And this is when I knew the weather was bad because normally, my dads are dads and they're like, you need to calm down. But my dad texted me, he's like, be safe. And I was like, oh, maybe I should take this a little more seriously. Because I
Like,
was
oh
telling myself
no.
I was overreacting and I was just watching Keeping Up with Kardashians. It was like, I'm overreacting. I need to chill. And because I'm very aware of anxiety and sometimes I'll spiral, especially with thunderstorms. And so that one I'm more manageable because I as a kid I used to freak out anytime I would just like see lightning or hear thunder. And so my dad texted me, be safe. And then he texted me, FaceTime if you need us. And I was like, oh no, this, I'm not overreacting.
Oh
And then all those
no.
tornado watches came in, and then they quickly changed to tornado warning. And I was like, crap, warning means they saw a tornado. And then it was like, it's spiraling over Hayes High School. And I was like, I live next to Hayes High School. And so then herded the cats, couldn't find one cat as I'm trying to get everybody in the closet, had to open a can of wet food so he would come out of hiding and then scooped him up, like teased him with food, gave them food after the tornado. And then we chilled in there while FaceTiming my mom and my grandma. And then yeah, shortly, like a few hours later, it was like downpour and it was like flood warning. And I was like, and I didn't have my phone on do not disturb just in case weather got crazy again. But it was like every 30 minutes there was like flood warning, flood. Oh, I know.
I'm aware of the flood.
I'm aware. I can't go anywhere. It's dark.
It's flooded.
So, I mean, I could see all like the mud lines and leaf lines in the yard and stuff, and the ground is like soaked. Like if it were to rain, whoa, if it were to rain again, it would just stand on top of the ground. It's completely saturated. So yeah, yesterday afternoon was, and of course it started at the end of the workday. Like I just finished work, and then all of this is happening. And I don't have water. I haven't had water since Sunday because a pipe leaked and the plumber is coming sometime today, hopefully in the morning. But we had to turn off the water because it was leaking pretty bad. So I've been like camping in my house. So I can't flush toilets. That's the worst part. I've got dirty dishes in the sink that's got like sweet potato on them that I really need to wash because it's going to be hard, but don't have water. I took a shower last night with just a gallon jug of water. Luckily, my childhood consisted of a lot of camping, so I knew how to do that, but it was very cold and unpleasant. And yeah, so that's where I'm at in life right now.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad for Bridget.
It's really rough in the house. If the power was going to go out, I was going to lose it. Because that was the last thing. I have at least AC, but if the power was going to go out, I was going to lose my
this is all I have left.
The internet went out for like an hour in the storm, and I was like, bruh, we're getting real close.
Nope. Big fat nope.
So yeah, how are your past 3 days?
They've been fine. I've been working, so that's always fun. And that's it. Hung out with Crystal last night, had a good time, drank a bottle of wine. I'm on depression medication, so you can imagine how intoxicated I was.
Normally that leads to pukies.
I felt great. I was slow. I'm very good at drinking. I don't drink often, but I'm pretty good at listening to my body when it's
I've heard with
Lexapro, stop drinking.
I've heard with Lexapro, it's either you get the pukies or you get drunk fast and too fast, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I was intoxicated after like a glass of wine, and then I had another one over the course of like an hour and a half. And I always drink slow. Like I'm notoriously a slow drinker of things. I just have things forever, and I drink them slowly. And so yeah, it was great. Crystal made fun of me though because she finished hers in like 10 minutes, and I was like, hey. Do you want me on the floor, or do you want me having fun conversations? Facts.
And then I got FaceTimed.
Yeah. We had a good time.
They said they wanted to make sure I was alive because apparently I didn't post after the tornado that I made it.
Yeah, you didn't. It's not okay.
I went back to watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians last season on E.
I understand.
In preparation for their first season on Hulu. I love me some trash TV, y'all.
Did you finish The Bachelor?
Yes.
How horrible is he?
You know, the fact that, what's his name? Giancarlo, that was his name? That horrible one that treated everybody like trash. He was like voted like the most hated bachelor. He tweeted, "It's nice to not be the most hated bachelor in the world." I was like, that's when you know you stooped to the lowest with the most hated bachelor. And people liked the tweet and were retweeting it. And I was like, that's a bad sign, man. I mean, it was what he did to those other two girls was such trash. He just wanted to sleep with people. It was all like an ego thing for him. He did not even take their feelings into consideration. He dragged them along, and when they tried to leave, he convinced them to come back so that then he could dump them.
Broke up with them.
Gabby, I'm really happy they're doing 2 bachelorettes because both of those girls deserve better, but I loved Gabby. Yeah. When he's like, "Can I walk you out?" And she went, "No." I was like, yeah.
Watching her tell him off was like one of my favorite moments of live television ever.
What's the other girl's name? Was it Rachel? I think it's Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah, her dad in the audience. I was like, He's gonna get murdered.
I love the friendships they've made after this.
It was
It's
really
very
nice to
sweet.
see the girls with the friend. Like we haven't seen that in a long time. Like I loved when like the final girls were all best friends, and it's been like 3 seasons since we've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Becca's season, I think, when they were all like sitting on the couch on each other's laps and giggling, and they made friendships. It wasn't like a cutthroat competition. They were actually here to find love, but they also found love and friendships. And I was like, this is really
And
sweet.
like whenever he convinces Gabby to come back and Rachel's standing there with her rose, and the first thing she does when Gabby walks back in is ask if she's okay. Like she hugs her and she's like, "Are you
And
okay?"
Gabby tells her, I'm sorry when she comes back. Like the girls were, I love those two girls. They deserve the world.
A
But that
weird
dude,
part of me wants them to have the same season. I don't know how that would work, but I
they
want them
are.
to be together. Oh, really?
Yeah, so their season is just it's them two. They haven't announced how it's gonna work, like if there's gonna be two separate group of guys or if they're gonna be pulling from the same pool of guys, but they are together in their
The
season.
same pool of guys would be so dramatic. I really hope that they give them separate groups. I
I mean,
really hope
we
that.
know how much Bachelor loves drama now.
But we don't want to pit the two besties against each other. That's awful.
I think they
Like,
wouldn't end
oh,
up pitting
here's the
against each other.
incredible friendship. Let's ruin it. Like, don't do that.
Well, that's the Bachelor producers are known to not like us.
I know.
Rumor is Bachelor in Paradise is canceled. And that's like my favorite show.
Why is it canceled?
I love Paradise more than the normal seasons. I don't know.
Why is it canceled?
Normally Paradise would be starting in like a few weeks, but
I was looking forward to Shanae meeting Demi.
I don't think Demi will come back this time. I think she's done.
What? No. Demi's my fave.
The poor girl just keeps getting just like heartbroken on that island.
But I love her so much. Her trashy nonsense is my favorite part of Paradise.
I just love the bromance in this last season.
Oh my god, when they left together, I died.
Aaron and what's his name, and they still post all those Instagrams together. I was like, I love some bromance. That was really adorable.
Aaron just dipped out too. He was like, "Okay, bye," and the girl's like, "Excuse
oh yeah,
me."
he's
like,
talking.
Yeah, my girl wants me to go with her, so I'm gonna go.
It's great. Yeah, mid sentence, talking to that girl on the couch. She's like, "Hey, I'm leaving. You want to come with me?" All right, bye.
Excellent.
And him and Becca are apparently still together and super cute, and I love that.
Oh, that's great.
Because they had broke up right before Paradise, and then they got back together, and they've still been back together.
Huh. Good for them.
Adorbs.
It is adorbs. You know what else is? Well, it's not adorbs.
I was like, this segue. This segue is not. I was trying to think of a segue. You jumped in, so
I try. What's adorbs is this D20 I have. It's full of glitter.
Orbs.
And the reason I have this D20 is because this is our wrap-up episode. So we're gonna hit you with our favorite things from this season and our important questions. And then I'm gonna give you some fun facts. And we're gonna roll for a new season. I already have the list all resorted.
A new show, not even just a new season. You're speaking it into existence.
Oh no, I'm not. I mean,
that's
a new
what
season.
That's what my
show.
background is me speaking season 2 into existence.
No, a new season of our show where we watch a new season of anime. Hopefully not Attack on Titan season 2, or your girl is gonna throw a fit.
I mean, we've already started watching, so win-win.
I mean, I know.
But I forgot how quickly you're introduced to a new character in the beginning of season 2, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, season 2 moves so fast. I forgot it was so short.
Yeah, I'm already at the castle, and I'm like, dang, we're already here. Like, Ymir just did the thing, and I was like,
Ymir. I like Ymir. We'll leave it there.
Don't like characters in AOT. That was our motto.
We know this now.
No, I can't even say unless, because who knows? I think this Sunday's the last episode of the new season, and then It's not gonna wrap up, that's for sure. And so we'll
That's
get our
annoying.
movie.
That's annoying, and I hate it.
There's no, they keep saying last season, but this is the second season of our last season. And there's no way they can fit. I mean, it's still like 5 chapters of the manga, and that was a monthly manga left. There's no way it all fits in there.
No.
I mean, they can't. It's impossible. I mean, it's a 20-minute show. So, yeah, it's where they haven't announced the movie yet. And I'm like, just hurry up and do it.
Well, there's obviously going to be one.
It can't be another season because there's no like.
It's not enough.
Well, it could be enough, but you'd have to stretch it. But there's not a lot of like dialogue stuff. It's a lot of action stuff. So it's like
be a movie.
It wouldn't be worth doing a season. It would be better for Mappa to do a bomb movie.
And they've seen how well anime movies have done recently.
Jujutsu Kaisen 0 made 18 million this weekend.
They're definitely gonna milk that. Freaking Demon Slayer changed things for anime. I think there's gonna be a lot more movies coming out, and I don't think that's a bad thing, especially when you have arcs like that.
Yeah,
like Zero and Mugen Train, just because they're small enough to be a movie. And I'm totally about it. I think that's an excellent way to wrap up arcs.
Yeah. I mean, and it's really cool. I like it better than watching a 20-minute movie. A 20-minute show. I'd rather sit for 90 minutes and get a whole good chunk. Yeah. Like Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was fantastic as a movie. And it really left me wanting more. Yeah.
Probably gonna watch it this weekend.
You should. It's so good. And then Demon Slayer's movie Mugen Train that
destroyed me,
ruined your lives in a great way, but in a sad way.
It's excellent, so excellent, and it broke my heart. You know what else broke my heart? Trying to choose my favorites. That was good right there.
That was better.
That was better transition. So we only have 6 favorites for this season. It was actually really hard for me to pick favorites, I think, because it wasn't 64 episodes. But I've picked my favorites already. Bridget has not. She's pulling them straight off the top of her head. She did at one point,
and then she deleted them.
She was writing too much. So she's trying to fix that by deciding in the moment. I'm going to dive right into it. I'll answer first, and then Bridget can choose from the top of her head. Sound good?
Lauren really specified that I could only choose one.
Only in one favorite. I did that in the first one, which is your opening theme. And the only
this one was easy.
Opening or closing theme. And the only reason I did that is because there were only 4 to choose from.
Yeah, so this one's not as hard as like Full Metal, where we had like 16.
Yeah. And that's more understandable.
Yeah.
Next time I'll give you an opening and well, I did give you an opening and a closing, and you still chose like 5. But for mine, I just chose the first one. I don't really think it gets much better than opening number 1 in season 1. I think it's just a dope opening, and I like it so much.
I like the second one. That's what I'm feeling. Like I the second one, you like really launch into it, and you see like them in their training corps uniform, and then you see them in the end in their scouts uniform, and I'm like, oh, I like the second one. I mean, I own both the songs, so they're both really good jams, but there's not a lot of AOT openings I don't like. Their closings, that's a different story. But their openings, they're all pretty solid.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. It was really hard to choose this. I almost chose ending number 2 because I like the end song for part 2 of season 1. But this opening is so much better. It just is. It is Attack on Titan, and I dig it.
Until you get to season 4's 2 opening songs, those are like top tier for me. Like, don't get me wrong, Sasageo, love it, but rumbling is coming, and then the other one where it's like war, bam, 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 and like heavy piano. I don't know, but it make me feel like I could go like punch someone in the face and then chop down a tree and then run a mile.
My peak Attack on Titan song is season 3 for Red Swan. I love Red Swan. I think it's excellent. It's slower and it's unexpected for Attack on Titan, but it's good.
The season 3 is a lot of lore building
Yeah. Well, I don't like
and
season
politics.
3, but I love Red Swan. It's on my anime
You
playlist. I
know
love it.
who's got a great opening right now that I cannot find the exact one that's on the show?
Huh.
Demon Slayer Entertainment Arc is a upbeat bomb, and the animation is so fun in it.
I haven't even heard it yet because
It's so
episode 1 doesn't play it. And I've
yeah,
only
no,
watched
it
episode
doesn't
1.
come until episode 2, but it is so upbeat. It's so fun. The way they animate all the characters is really like cool, and they're all like chilling, and it's really personality driven, and it's really great song, but I cannot find the version they play in the
I was
intro
really
anywhere. I can
worried.
find other versions, and I'm like,
I was really worried about the new intro to Demon Slayer because the original is so good. Like, how do you beat
well, you could
Liza's
have gone like
intro?
Jujutsu Kaisen, where you had this amazing intro, outro, and then you went to a really meh intro, outro. And I was like, well, how do you do that?
I can't talk about it because I'm still mad about the ending. The second ending song is one of the worst anime songs I've ever
I was
heard.
like, we went from like the best intro, outro,
Yeah, Lost in
so
Paradise
most
is
boring.
the most excellent outro.
And the animation
It's
for it. I mean, I
so
have
funny
stickers
and
of it
so
everywhere.
good. I do too. It's so good. But yeah, so that was that was question 1, my bad.
Oh,
Um the second is, what's your favorite character? I chose, this was hard, but I chose Irvin just because I think just for season 1 I chose Irvin. It will definitely change later on, but I think that Irvin is what Aramin could have been if they didn't have to explain that he was a genius the whole time. Because they just show you that Irvin is a genius and it's great. They don't rub it in your face. And I just like how like controlled he is. And I like that he makes hard decisions without even blinking at them. I just think it's kind of beautiful. And he's beautiful and it kills me. So there you go.
I I want to say Levi because I just love Levi and I love his character arc, but he's not really featured a lot in season 1 until like the very end. And even
Mm.
still, it's not a lot. But so I'd have to say my favorite character that we see a pretty good amount of is probably Hanji. I like that you get to know the basis of Hanji and that she's really like she hates war, but she's here to like study. Like, I don't know. I like Hanji a lot. Hanji, my girl. And I can't say the rest of that sentence because of things, spoilers. But Hanji and watching season 1, Hanji is great. Very
Well,
pure, very pure.
I agree. We all know who both of us are probably going to choose for this next one, but
Matt
your
Mercer,
favorite
Levi.
voice performance, Bridget is Matt Mercer's. Mine's Yuki Kaji. He made me like Attack on Titan, so way to go, Aaron. We love it here.
Matt Mercer, Levi. I
Although
could
Maria,
listen to him talk.
almost stole it from him because Armin was really good in the sub too. Really close. But Yuki Kaji.
Even
There's a
one
reason
Armin
that
is
he's won
just
so many awards.
Matt Mercer, Levi, Matt Mercer, and anything he does. Oh my gosh, I love that voice. Shout out to Critical Role, where I can just listen to Matt Mercer talk for hours.
Well, our fourth favorite is your favorite Titan.
Lauren,
Mine's obviously the irregular running Titan. I love him
beautiful.
and I will love him until I die.
My favorite Titan right now, it's got to be the female Titan. Well, I guess we know it's Annie. Annie, because like we don't see the other Titans as much. They're like intimidating from a distance. They don't really attack people necessarily. We see the colossal and the armored, and they go for the wall. But then the female Titan just straight up changes the game and like targets people, and the way she just absolutely obliterates people. I love her for all the wrong reasons because she kills the people I love. But
Respectable.
it changed the Titan game, which is the whole basis of this show, where you're like, oh yeah, this is hard. It's like in Walking Dead when you're worried about the zombies, but then all of a sudden, once you're past that point and you learn how to live, you got to worry about the people. But this is like the people with enhanced abilities. So female Titan for me. Onion boob. Good old onion boobs.
Good old onion boobs. Our fifth favorite is favorite background character. I feel like we're gonna have the same one, so let's say it on the count of 3.
It's not gonna be the same.
You don't think so?
Go say yours.
Petra. Petra's my favorite background character.
I don't consider her a background character. I consider her as like a minor side character. My favorite background character is the guy that always is yelling when Hanji's doing things.
Like, oh, okay. Just like, Hanji, no.
He's always like, Commander, you've got the crazy look in your eye again. And he's so scared. And anytime Hanji's doing anything, they always put this like unnamed character next to her who's panicking. Whether he has a line or not, his face is hilarious and it's panicked. Like with the 2 Titans they captured, he's like, you're gonna like the whole time he is freaking out. And that's my favorite background character. Doesn't have a name, just panicked subordinate of Hanji.
Poor guy. And our last one is most horrific character death.
Might be the same.
I don't think it is.
Oh.
I chose Marco. It was hard to choose Marco because I really wanted to choose Petra because they just really
Petra
put it on it. But I chose Marco because I think it's the saddest because they build him up to where he's going to be part of like the main group and he's not on screen for a minute and then they find him and it was such a quiet, horrible death and he died alone and scared off screen. And I think it was such a good way to set up just how brutal everything is.
That death still haunts the characters to the season to this day.
It's horribly so sad. It's horribly sad. So I had to choose Marco. I was really close to choosing Petra though.
Mine's Petra because 1 is so brutal. 2, Levi sees it and there's my theory that they're a thing. And I mean it's just, and then it's like not enough that we see her brutally murdered and like Aaron sees her and the whole team murdered. We have to hover on that death because then Levi has her body and is looking at her body and pulls the patch. And then we have to throw the bodies and it's like, please stop. So it's like 5 deaths of Petra.
It's horrible.
And then the whole scene with her dad and Levi walking. So that's why I chose it because it's just like salt in the open wound 5 times over.
I was so close to picking it, but I just couldn't let Marco go.
Marco is really tragic. If you would ask me that in like season 4, I might choose Marco because of things. But like
we're gonna keep this as a question through the seasons too and see how it changes.
Because that death still haunts our main characters and it's so tragic. And mainly poor Jean, who we see it affects the most anyway.
Well, yeah, because that was his little boyfriend, best friend.
Poor Jean. Poor Jean. I just gonna keep saying that for
forever.
4 seasons in a movie.
Sweet.
Poor Jean.
We love this. All right, so back to our important questions. What have you learned from Attack on Titan season 1, Bridget?
What do you mean by this question?
What have you learned? Have you learned anything?
Like from Titan lore or
like in the world? Life stuff.
This is a very broad question here. Don't sacrifice your whole personality for a man, Mikasa.
Love that.
You're better than that. You're better than that.
She is better than that.
You would be such a cool character.
He is literally better than that.
Yeah.
Literally better.
Glimpses of it, and you're such a cool character and such a cool fighter when he's not around. But when you know he's around, you become a wet blanket.
Mine was that it's okay to just be afraid and not be able to do things. Like that's an excuse, and it's an okay excuse to be afraid. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're scared. And I love that. Thank you, Hannes.
But you can't let fear paralyze you forever.
No, but it's okay to be afraid.
Yeah, poor Hannes. That was
Next question. Would you
feels.
watch it again? I
Well,
think this is dumb because we have.
yeah.
now.
It's like clearly the answer is yes, seeing
But I
as
had to
we're
keep them because they're the
still
same.
watching. We already have gone on to season 2 and we didn't have to.
Would you pay to watch it?
Season 1, no.
That I said that too because I've now seen it. I think this is like
Season
my
1,
fourth time.
no.
Yeah.
I would skip ahead. I would probably start in season. Would I pay to watch season 2? Probably. What, maybe a few episodes in season 1, like the whole forest thing? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I don't really need the whole thing. Like I think
No.
I'm good now.
I can take bits and pieces. Now, if I was a
I've got it.
first-time viewer, would I pay to watch it?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe. I might use somebody else's subscription.
Yeah.
It's great though.
Would you recommend this anime to someone who wants to start watching anime?
Yes.
I would too.
I don't think it does too much fan servicey things that turns a lot of people off from anime. And it's got a cool mystery arc that really lures you in. And it's got a lot of great. The first season's not my favorite animation. It gets better by the end, but it's got a lot of great action sequences and stuff. So
and it's got a really killer first episode. Like the first episode, you watch it and you have to watch the second episode. So it's like a great way to get someone into
they
something.
do a really good bait into you for that. But yeah, I would definitely. I have told people. Crystal didn't watch anime, and I got her to watch Attack on Titan because I wanted to watch Attack on Titan, and so I got her into the show so that I could keep watching Attack on Titan. And now she watches it. She's caught up and watches every new episode each Sunday.
Mm-hmm. She's caught up. I'm not. She's mad at me. Here we are.
I know.
Everyone's mad at me. What type of anime watcher do you think this is aimed at? New, moderate, or pro? I think all types, honestly. I think it's just a really good piece of media.
Yeah, I think all time. I don't think it's aimed at any specific, but like I said, I don't think it's like fan servicey. So I think it does lure in more newer watchers than some other shows. Like maybe I wouldn't suggest My Hero before this one. I love My Hero, but My Hero does a lot more fan servicey things than this does.
Mm-hmm. And my last of the important questions, what would you give this season out of 5?
As a whole, you could break it down by episode because I mean I
As
feel like
whole.
I know the beginning is like it's good, but the ending of the season is so much better than the beginning. And like midway, I really feel like that's when it amps up its storytelling. I'd say like a 3.5. 3.5.
I gave it a 4. I know, I'm shocked. Before this rewatch, I would have given it probably a 2.5. But I gave it a 4 because the subcast really made that much of a difference for me. It would have been a 5 if Mikasa wasn't so freaking annoying.
Mikasa, come on, girl. Yeah, I think the other seasons, like I have to give us a lower rating because the other seasons just are so good.
Yeah.
That like I mean watching season 2 right now. I mean, granted all shows season 1s are not as good as their other seasons because season 1 you have to build your world. So I'm always way more sympathetic. I never just watch one episode of a show and quit because you have to build a world, and it's not fair to story creators to have to try and fit everything in 20 minutes. And I mean, this show does a good job on their first episode though. But yeah. I would say, yeah, the season 1 is not my favorite only because I know there are other seasons of the show that just blow you out of the water. Like the season right now that we're watching has been bomb after bomb after bomb, like bomb in a good way. Like goodness, it's great. Like there's a whole episode that maybe has like 4 lines of dialogue, but the way they draw everything and play the score is just so good.
It's also really enjoyable going back and watching season one after getting so far in the show because you just know so much and
Yeah.
they allude so well and you had
They
no
they do
idea.
so much alluding in this that you like Aaron's head steaming at training, and you're like, bro, they're telling us he's a Titan right there that whole time, and you don't
Yeah.
know for 2 or 3 more episodes.
And I think that's really cool. Like it's been really fun to get all of those little tips and tricks.
Yeah.
And so that was also really cool. That probably also boosted its score for me. Yeah, I'm surprised I gave it a 4-2, dude. I don't know what's wrong with
I was
me.
like, dang.
It was a
Lauren
really
was
enjoyable
not
rewatch.
thrilled about season 1 Attack on Titan, and now
I
look
was
at her.
not. And now I love Aaron Yeager. What happened to
She's
me?
a Jaegerist, y'all.
I'm a Jaegerist. Here we are. Would you like some fun facts? I have so
Throw them
many
at
fun
me.
facts.
Give me them.
So, Attack on Titan season one was produced by Wit Studio. They did The Great Pretender, Ranking of Kings, your girl's favorite, and they're about to do Spy Family, which is going to be something that's really dope. The manga is adorable. I think you're going to love it. I really do. I can't wait for you to watch it. And the new movie that's coming out on Netflix called Bubble, it's going to be really cool. It's like futuristic parkour. Very excited for it. Um, it was directed by Tensuro Akari, who went on to direct seasons 2 and 3 after this one. He started working in anime at Madhouse Studio as a production assistant right out of school, and he got his directorial debut in 2005. He worked with the anime action director Takahari Hiro, and he worked he works now at Ufotable, but before that, before he left Madhouse, he they worked together before he left Madhouse. Sorry,
I always say UFO table.
Ufotable,
UFO table.
Ufotable.
But they do Demon
They
Slayer.
do. He moved on. The director of Attack on Titan, not the director I was talking about. Um, Akari. Sorry,
Oh,
I
that
drank
tea.
tea down the wrong place. Give me a second. Oh, he made a name for himself for his work on Death Note, High School of the Dead, Guilty Crown, and of course Attack on Titan. But he actually won the Best Director Award at the New Type Anime Awards in 2003, and then again at the Tokyo Anime Festival in 2004 for Attack on Titan. And he is widely accredited for the success of the franchise, which is really cool.
I just want to say that Aaron Yeager just got voted best antagonist. So if that doesn't make you want to watch the show, why is he the antagonist?
Who knows? Ooh.
This is me luring you and others in to watch the new episodes.
Well, the show is based on a manga, obviously, written by Hajime Isayama, who has won so many awards for this that I did not list them because it's ridiculous. But he started to work on Attack on Titan first by publishing a short version in a magazine, Grand Prix, in 2006. And he won like this teeny little tiny award for it. And after that, it gave him the confidence to decide that he wants to be a manga writer. So he started working on original stuff when he was 20 years old, and he offered it first to Shonen Jump, but they advised him to modify his style and make it more appropriate because they thought it was a little too crazy for their
Shonen
stuff.
Jump really passed up on this.
They passed it. They wouldn't publish it. And then so he was like, no, I'm not going to change it. So he started working with Weekly Shonen magazine instead. And so after he won another award for his like crazy weird stuff, he started actually working on Attack on Titan, and it published in the monthly magazine Bisatu Shonen magazine, and his awards just kept pouring in. So they just pushed more and more money into it.
Yeah, he does have a very interesting drawing style for sure. Like, I mean, looking at the Titans and stuff, like, but the way the characters are drawn, I mean, it's a little different with the way they're animated, but the way they're drawn is so much different than the very exact lines. Like when I read My Hero and stuff, like it is. I like that it's different.
I do
Sometimes
too.
it's a little hard to read, but I mean, I like
I
that.
like whenever you can clearly pick out the the manga from the style. Like you could see a picture and be like, "Oh, I know who drew this." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I like that.
If I
I
ever
also
saw
love
a
that with
person with
comic book
little
artists.
weird tiny scrawny arms and a big body, I'd be like, oh, I got
Like we know who that is.
it.
Um, I only have two more fun facts. They're small. The opening themes for season one were collected on a single, and they sold over 100,000 copies in the first week of sales because
Does
they're
not
such
surprise me.
bops.
Yeah.
And season one covers up to chapter 35 of the manga. So if you want to keep up with us, you can read up to chapter 35. And that's it. Those are all my
Not
fun
all of
facts.
it's in order because I just got in the manga to the training camp, which is all flashback. Remember how I told you that the training camp
Oh
stuff
yeah,
wasn't in there? It's way later in the manga as a flashback.
I forgot about that.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting because I'm pretty far in. I'm almost at the forest, and the training camp stuff is a flashback chapter. And I was like, oh, so they do have it in here. Cause I thought it was all just anime
Huh.
like scenes, but no, it's in there, but it's just way later than how they show it in the anime.
That's
So they
weird.
changed the order of it. I always like when you find those little nuggets.
Yeah. Love me some nuggets.
Nuggets. Well, do you have any
Ugh.
other things about this show?
No, those are all my fun facts. Do you have any facts to share? Are you ready to see what we're watching next?
My only fact to share is that Matt Mercer is the bomb. I love him. I can't wait to watch these new seasons in
In
dub
dub.
because I've been watching them in sub. I haven't even watched season 4, part 1 in dub yet. I've just watched it in sub. But Matt Mercer's not really in a lot of that. But he's not really in a lot of this last season anyway. But he's the best of the dub actors for sure. Just want to say that. And look, I put the background. I'm trying. My background is the latest intro art because I love it. Also, the intro art for the season 4, part 2 is just so emotional. It's so good. And the if you listen to the lyrics of the intro, they tie. This intro is in English.
Hmm.
The song is in English, which is really interesting because none of the
That's
rest
strange.
are. Yeah, so it's in the whole song's in English, which is great for me because the lyrics are like directly. I think it was written for the show,
Hmm.
unlike other ones. So the lyrics are like written from Aaron's point of view. And the first time I heard it and watched the animation, I cried because
Oh.
you feel so much stuff for this character, and you're like, okay. So just want to say that you should watch that because it's so good. The Rumbling by Sim. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren.
Are you ready? I'm
Do
scared.
you want to read our list again of our shows so that
Yeah. So this is the order that I randomized them in. I just put them into a randomizing generator every time we do it, and I put it back. So here's the list as it stands. We've got My Hero Academia season one, Demon Slayer season one, Beastars season one, Jujutsu Kaisen season one, Your Lie in April, Tokyo Revengers season one, Tokyo Ghoul season one, Erased, Devilman Crybaby, Attack on Titan season two, Code Geass, One Punch Man, One Punch Man season one. I forgot there's a season two now. Haiku season one, Yuri on Ice, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, Death Note, Fully Cooley, Orin High School Host Club, Hunter x Hunter season one, and Wonder Egg Priority. That's our list as it stands at the moment. If I roll something with the season two's replacing it, unless it's not there yet.
and then we have Patreon suggestions to
We do?
replace. Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
tagged you in on those. Let's see. Let me pull up this list. Oh, that might be the plumber. That is the
No.
plumber. Lauren,
no.
roll. Lauren, roll.
Okay, we're rolling. 15.
15.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm so excited.
Finally, I can watch this show now.
Okay, well, it's just season one, so I think that's like 12 episodes. Hold on, let me pull up. let me pull up the thing for it so we can tell you what we're watching. Oh, this isn't
Hurry,
my
Lord,
computer.
hurry, the plumbers.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying. We're getting there. All right. So this season is so small that it's only 9 episodes. So we're watching the first 3 episodes. It's going to be episode 1, Dio the Invader, episode 2, A Letter from the Past, and episode 3, Youth with Dio. And
that's it.
Well, we could do 5 episodes if you want to.
No, I thought you meant that was the whole season. Okay.
No. There's 9 episodes.
Okay, no, I think we should do 3 because remember, anything past 3, we talk too much.
Yeah, I agree. And if you do it 3, then it breaks into 3 episodes. So we're watching the first 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood. It's on Netflix and Hulu. Watch it where you'd like. And go answer the door for your plumber. I'm so excited. This is what I was hoping for.
Well, guys, this is exciting. I'm a little sad about not having Attack on Titan season 2, but you know what?
Well, this is so short that you might just get it next roll.
That is nice,
right?
though. It is a short one. We've had long after long.
Yes, we have. Fudge. All right, short and sweet. Go answer your thing. I'm gonna put in the next season of JoJo into our list, and we'll be good.
All right. Well, we love anime,
and we love you.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Gateway Anime Podcast with Bridget and Lauren. Please remember to like, subscribe, and download our episodes. Remember, we also have a Patreon, so if you want to suggest shows for us to watch, make sure you go visit us. Special thank you to Marjorie McClendon for our artwork and designs, and Drew Griffith for all of our music. We hope to see you again next week.